Hello, art students, and welcome back. We are learning skill level E, which means we are getting very experienced at the Drawing Center sheet to see what we need to learn. So it says we are going to shade using white, light gray, dark gray, and black. Whew, that's adding 2 additional levels. Then it says that we are going to use paper to not smear our shading. We are going to put objects in the foreground crisper than those in the background. We're going to make objects in the background look gray. We're going to make objects look 3D, and we're going to shade using the whole picture plane. That's a lot to keep track of, so I highly recommend as you do things to check it off your list so you do not forget something. Our goal is if we become efficient at this step, we're going to have really realistic drawings. Okay, let's see how this works. So first off, a little bit of information. Here is a cone. What I want you to notice is, that is not a straight line. Do you see how that's like a curve there, like a smile? So when we use our tracers, we are going to have to make sure to add in that curve. Also, do you notice that there is not a shadow here? I can make one with my hand. But on this side, do you see that right there? There is a shadow. And so we're going to be focusing on how to use shadows both on the actual cone and on the actual paper to make it look 3D. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and on an experimentation page, go ahead right now and write your name. Write your name. Once you have written your name, you're of course going to circle that we are at the Drawing Center and we are learning at skill level E, so we're writing an E. Then we are going to take our triangle tracer, and that one is yellow. You guys are used to those. Find your triangle tracer, and we're going to trace a triangle 1, 2, 3, 4 times. But that bottom line, you can make dashed or you can leave it off because, remember, we have to make that curve. So go ahead and if you would like, you can pause your video and do this step, or you can keep on learning. Okay. Then we need to go ahead and get out our supplies. Our supplies should be in the caddy that is labeled D and E because it's the exact same supplies. We're just getting better at them at this step. Once we've done that, we are going to jump into actually learning how to shade. So phase 1 is we need to add that shadow. So we're going to go ahead and take this line, and it's this triangle flattened. So we're going to take it, boom, and if we hit something else, we just let it be. So I've taken that triangle, and what have I done? I've flattened it. Then it talked about how you have 3 levels to learn. So I'm going to take this triangle, and I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 levels. I meant 4. So I'm going to have dark, and I'm going to have light gray here, and then I'm going to have dark gray, and then I'm going to have a space for white. And we're going to go ahead and color that in. And the trick when you do this is to stay small, and then your hand will get all ucky. So you want to make sure that you're keeping a piece of paper under your hand as you work. But I'm going to shade this all in dark. And then I'm going to go a little lighter, and then a little lighter, and then I'm not going to bring anything over to the white. Do that again. Remember, we learned in the last video how to make, I called them cyclones. We're doing that right now, only we're trying to think more structured. We're trying to control. So I went dark, now I'm going to go medium, then I'm going to go light, and then I'm going to stop. I would fill in that whole section just like that. So it looks something like this, which doesn't yet look 3-dimensional. So now it's time to take out that blending stump. We remember the paper stays under our hand, and when we use the blending stump, we remember that we work in circles. And so you're going to blend from dark to light. Now, when you do this, it isn't going to magically pop 3D, and that can get people really frustrated. And what you have to do is realize that this is a process. It's kind of like working with clay. We have to slowly pull it out. So once I blended it all together with circles, I now have to remember the value of white. And that a lot of times people see our eraser, and we have sticky erasers or we have regular erasers, but they see these as taking away mistakes. That's not what we're wanting to do. We are going to use this as a drawing tool. And so we are going to draw back in our whites. And then Now, just like clay, I'm going to build and build. So I would go through that process again. Dark, light, medium, alone. If you do this 3 times, you will get one to here. Now you might say, Miss Russ, you had me trace it 4 times. Well, that's because sometimes you will get to one and you'll be like, that's a hot mess. I cannot fix that one, in which case move on to a new one. The last component that you add is the shadow, and that's what I want to show you here. So if I cover this up, that's looking pretty good. But how do I make the shadow do that? I went ahead and did dark right next to the edge. Right next to the edge. And then I slowly pulled it back to a light gray. And then again, I'm going to blend it out. And depending on the shadow, I might even blend it to the side a little bit. So it slowly fades into nothing. Okay, once you've gotten yourself all sorts of experience, you then are going to switch to your mini piece of art, just like we normally do. You're going to do your triangle tracer, add your curve, and you're going to shade this for realism, including a shadow. Then you're going to do the teeny tiny triangle, add the curve, and again, shade it, but this time you're going to keep it grayer. Go ahead and add a horizon line like we've talked about in future steps, and color the background black. This then will get taped into your sketchbook, and after that, you are going to show this to me so you can earn your signature. As always, happy art making. Bye!